Most manufacturers think they have a traffic problem, but it's actually a tech stack problem. So if you're currently running ads and you're not seeing the results that you want, in this video, we're going to be breaking down the tools that you need to start turning these clicks into contracts. What's going on? My name is Dennis, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back to another video. But if you are new here, we help branded manufacturers scale leveraging paid ads and back-end systems. Now, branded manufacturers, these are people that produce their own product, but they also sell it to business or business to consumer. So with that being said, we are going to be talking about the back-end systems that are needed to help you scale going into 7-figure months and beyond. So with that being said, the most important aspect when it comes to selling online, especially to B2B or B2C, when it comes to generating leads, is you're going to need a CRM. Now, a CRM is a customer relationship management platform. And we're not just talking about using Outlook in your emails, because things are going to be falling through the cracks that way. You want a tool where you're able to stay organized, where you're able to set reminders, you're able to communicate through there, potentially send out phone calls, SMS, leave voicemails. This is going to be a tool that's going to help you stay organized, because when you're generating leads, the goal is to get people to purchase right now. But unfortunately, we're going to get people in different stages of the sales cycle. So if we're just trying to go off of emails and memory, you are losing out on a ton of money. So a CRM is going to be one of the most important tools that you have. Now, depending on the size of your team, if you're on the smaller side and have just a couple sales reps, I like to Close.io. Some companies like to use Go High Level. Some tend to use HubSpot. So there's an endless amount of platforms out there for a CRM. They all generally do the same thing, but my personal favorite is Close.io. Is user friendly. We are on the leaner side of sales reps, so it gets the job done for us. But with that being said, Get One is going to be one of the most powerful tools that you have if you use it properly. Now, when it comes to using it properly, a CRM is going to allow you to track your deals and your follow-ups. So one important thing here, as a marketer working with manufacturers, you do not want to say, hey, Josh, following up, or did you receive my last email? You want to follow up with value, because sales is an extremely selfish game. At the end of the day, you want their money for your product. Sales can come off very selfish. So when you are following up with your leads, you want to make sure that you are providing value each step of the way, whether this is going to be case studies, testimonials, information about the product, new releases. This is going to be content that's going to be valuable for them and build belief in your product. Now, if you are in an industry that tends to have a extremely high refund rate, show them a back end of your POS system that your refund rate is extremely low. This is going to allow you to build trust with you and the client and potentially shorten that sales cycle. So when it comes to following up and in sales, you're going to be able to use that CRM a ton of unique different ways, with creative follow-ups, potentially using memes, voicemails, video pitches. CRM is going to be a powerhouse if you implement it strategically. So now you have your CRM set up. The next step is to look into a tool that's able to view the visitors that come onto your site. Now, the goal of running ads or sending traffic to a landing page or your website is for people to opt in and convert. However, it's important to know that if you're targeting a cold audience, maybe 2% of that traffic will convert over to a customer. Now, there's going to be other potential leads coming to your site, and perhaps that they weren't able to find the information that they were looking for right up front. They had bad service, whatever the case may be. So it's going to be important to use tools to have visitor identification. Now, there's several tools that are quite popular in the space that I would recommend. Starting off with Lead Finder. Lead Finder is going to be a great tool, and I believe everything that I'm suggesting in this video, I'll provide a free trial that you and your team could try out and get a feel for things. So Lead Finder is a popular tool in the B2B space. You're going to be able to view the companies that are coming to your site and viewing your page. Now, if someone came onto your site and they opted in, that's a given. These are good people that came to your site, did not opt in, and now this information is going to be going into your sales CRM. So now when these visitors come onto your page, you're now going to get a nice flow of emails that will be showing up into your sales team CRM of the companies expressing some sort of interest. They're not going to be a cold lead, but they will be essentially a little warm because they're familiar with you and they visited your website and they have an understanding what you're about. Another tool that you could look at is Snitcher. As you can see, they're a direct competitor with a Lead Finder. So this could be another tool that could probably provide you a better offer, better service. And lastly, Albatross. This is another way to kind of, as I said, get the guesswork out of outreach. So these are some tools that you're able to use to get your sales team ahead. Now, so one of the tools that you can use to aspire your competitor to see what technology they're using, and this is something that we do for all of our leads that we speak with during our sales calls. We do a background check on their competitors, seeing what keywords they're ranking for, how much web traffic they're getting, as well what tech stacks they're using. So the tool you can use is called Built With. All you have to do is enter in a competitor's website and you're going to see the tech stacks they are using. So if you currently don't have any, you want to go onto your competitors' websites, enter into here, or use your competitors' websites, check it out in here and get a better understanding what they're using it for, and if there's an area in your organization that you can implement the same softwares. For companies that are spending a decent amount on ads. Now, when I'm saying spending a decent amount on ads, I'm talking about anything over $10,000. If you're spending a couple $1,000s on advertising, I would say this might be a bit expensive and probably not worth it yet. If you have an extremely high order value or a lifetime value, then these tools can start paying off. So you want to know the true attribution. Even though you might have Google Analytics set up and Google Tag Manager, or let's say you're running ads on Facebook, there is a percentage of discrepancy. The attribution on these platforms are never 100%, maybe they're 50% or 60%. So a tool that we like to use depending on the organization, one will be Triple Whale, and Triple Whale is mostly for e-commerce. So if you are a manufacturer selling to B2C, Triple Whale is great. It goes off of your monthly revenue or yearly revenue. So this would be good even if you're under $1 million in sales. Triple Whale is a wonderful platform. We use it for all of our e-commerce clients. It gets the job done, and it is extremely useful because you're able to identify the true attribution on Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and you're able to see the customer's journey, where they discovered you first, how many times they interacted with your content, whether it's on your site, their emails, or an ad, and where they purchase. So great platform. And on the B2B side, Wicked Reports is a great tool. You're able to see the customer's journey here as well. And for phone sales, this is going to be a great platform to get true attribution and get the true numbers in your ad spend, because what's our new customers acquisition, what's the lifetime value, and all these numbers is exactly what we need to know if we're trying to scale. And lastly, this is a very popular one for either e-commerce or for lead generation, and that is Hyros. You've probably seen the guy's ads on YouTube. If you are an individual that spends a decent amount of time on YouTube, ads on there are pretty funny, but heard a ton of great stuff about high rows. So it really just depends on where you're at, what's the outcome that you're looking for. Is it B2B leads or e-commerce? Each tool will play a different role in your organization. And lastly, it's going to be automation. Now, automation as a whole. So for example, one of our favorite tools that we like to use is Zapier, because you were able to integrate any tool with one another and have them communicate to give you an outcome that you want. So for example, we like pairing Zapier with Twilio, because when a lead fills out a form, it can then have Zapier contact your sales rep's phone number or your sales office and say, hey, press 1 to connect with your lead. So now that time of reaching your lead, it might be, let's say, an hour, or if your secretary only does it every couple hours throughout the day, the speed of lead could be almost immediately. And we could adjust it whether it's through working hours or not through working hours, or just sending out an SMS to your sales rep and have them contact them immediately. So you want to use different types of automations to shorten that sales cycle, provide a better experience for your customer. And this could be either with emails or with SMS. If it's specific videos, that's going to help shorten that sales cycle, build belief, and pre-frame your leads before they get on a sales call. So with that being said, these are a handful of tools that it's going to be extremely important if you're running ads or even doing organic content and receiving a decent amount of flow. These tools are extremely powerful. So if you want us to handle this for you, we'll be able to break it down with the competitor analysis, showing you your competitors, direct competitors, their sales traffic, their positioning, the tools that they're using, the tools that they're not using, what you should be using, as well, depending on the platform that we're looking to execute on, whether it's Google ads or YouTube ads or Facebook ads, where it's a search volume, where you can fit, and just overall just give you some better insight so you can make a more educated decision on scaling your organization. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and I'll be releasing one video a week currently. Thanks again, guys, and hope you enjoyed this.